All right. Let's start. So today, no upgrade. Uh, we upgraded. No general updates. We upgraded testnet v23. We can talk about the gateway later in call, but mainnet planned next week. And specific update, we need to upgrade. So on testnet with the latest change we made on the blockchain. And also we had recently the audit that was completed with some findings. And yeah, for anyone who work on those, Stefan, Pano, and Charlie, is there any updates you could give on that?
Can you please increase the size of the font? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
maybe I can start because I see two PRs there that I opened. Yeah, basically there are two PRs both on this repo and node repo. This one is for adding deposit fee and couple of audit fixes that are not related to the rent payer. These are kind of important fixes grouped in one PR. And the second one is basically withdrawing SPL without creating receiver associated token account. But there is some discussion on Slack because there is an issue with inbound not reverting. So we're discussing basically to increase withdrawal fee on the ZRC20. So that is kind of open discussion. Depending on that, we will decide what to do with this second PR. So I think that's the current state.
Yeah. So in any case like this one, important one, we need to shoot. Okay. Of company. I can talk with Charlie on that, but yeah, this one we need to move forward with it, and so the second one, it would actually create more trouble to add it because right now there is a bug where if the withdrawal fails, then the trust function is aborted, and so the user don't get the withdrawn SPL back on the chain. So yeah, I think the way to move forward is to increase the withdrawal fee to mitigate the we add this one with change on the node, fix the abort, and so we completely this problem. Yeah, there's some other findings we absolutely for like upgrading it with so on, or do we have so in this one? The question is that we think the review of the finding and we still need to consider to include as informational on one.
Very. They were technically not related to like a security finding, but they were still things that we
Yeah.
were looking to address.
Yeah. So for this, actually, it's really cool. I can't. Sorry, I think it's in the private repo, but I don't think I can go into details in the issues, but yeah, I added a milestone that track basically all the findings we have, and I think we can like prioritize this one for the next milestone. Yeah, the question is more like next week, because before going mainnet with Solana, we should upgrade the testnet, have some time to test on testnet with the other changes. So we can't work on everything before we upgrade the testnets. Otherwise, that could be that could be delayed the timelines that we have.
Yeah, just to add there, what Charlie said, the findings that are marked like informational, but we determined on a call and after the call that are important are included in the first PR. I will do another pass, but I think the remaining ones are really like formatting and things like that, adding more tests and stuff like that that we can do after upgrade on the testnet. They won't impact anything, but I will do one more pass, to be sure.
Okay. Yeah, and for this, so for the next milestone, the issue we added the epic. So yeah, I think we can work on this as next step, improving the code quality on Solana. So there were some feedbacks like we should like improve in general the code, and I think we can do that before starting any work on Withdraw and Core. And yeah, I assigned it the issue to you. Right now, it doesn't seem there any major work, so I think everything should be manageable by the end of this month. And so we would have everything cleaned up, I would say, before starting working on Withdraw and Core. Yeah, Joe, yeah, it would be great if you can look at the Epic, like if you have other suggestions. And in general, for this month, like not starting working on new things on Solana, but just spending time improving the code. Yeah. So we have a good base like to start any new features. And maybe one last question on Solana. The testing on like the end-to-end tests. Right now we can run the end-to-end test on testnet. Is there any work remaining on that?
So I have upgraded the program there. I made one debug. It hasn't showed up yet, so I'm not sure about the status of the ZetaChains. Is it blocked or? I think we need to figure that out.
Yeah, it is. It is blocked.
Yeah, we'll roll a
So-
hotfix fix that along with Bitcoin testnet support.
What do you
Yeah, we should
What do you mean?
It's blocked.
Uh,
It's now an issue. There's a PR in develop that needs to be backported.
Okay.
We will have to also backport at least this deposit fee PR that fix as well. It's also Zeta client only.
No. Okay. Yeah, we need to do a new upgrade. But right now, there's another one.
Yeah, this Solana fix was already merged last week. For filtering to just filtering out legacy transactions.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, I think it's best to merge and deploy this one first, and then test the program as it is. And then when we merge those two PRs by Stefan, then we can upgrade and test again.
Okay. Well, this one gonna be. Yeah, we'll put it in draft actually because it's a merge this one for now. Yeah, it's just gonna be this one, and it's not big one, so couldn't we just like get this one reused today, and so we can upgrade with everything?
Okay, if we can get it today, that may work better. So, yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Okay. And question I asked to Stefan as well is are we ready as well to use end-to-end test on the testnet as well? Is there any work remaining on that?
I don't think so. Some issues might pop up when we try it, but currently I don't see. Yeah, let's give it a go and see, but should be fine, hopefully. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, anything else on Solana?
Just a quick question about decoding transactions. I'm adding Solana to LocalNet, and I can't seem to be able to decode deposits. I know we can discuss that at the end of the call. I just want to know if anyone knows like what's the proper way to do it. I'm using Borscht with the same schema that we're using in the tests in the node repo.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want to say hard to know because that's JavaScript, right? So maybe I can help with that after I merge these two PRs, Dennis, if you agree. Just to take a look and see because hard to tell now.
Yeah. If you have any time to spare on this, that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Okay. Next up, Dmitry, you're working on ZetaChain restructuring. Do you have any updates on that?
Not much besides the merged TSS improvements for ZetaChain. Right now, I'm a bit hijacked with the incident regarding priority fix, both in ZetaClient and ZetaCore. And right after that, I can finally proceed to actually doing something regarding ZetaClient revamp RFC. I did outline how Orchestrator works in terms of like visual charts as of now. Like I mean, like the current implementation. I have some ideas how to improve reliability and stuff, and we also need to take a look on previous instance to gather all knowledge that we have so far to apply this into revamp of ZetaClient. But I think I will be able to proceed to this starting from probably Wednesday. Yep. That's it regarding this topic.
Okay. You also had some look into Go TSS. Is there any work you think we should on that?
Yep. I improved peer discovery, but I talked to Alex last week. He said that we will drop this, right, in favor of having a static list of peers, observers, and signers. Is it correct?
That's the way we're leaning, but I don't think we've fully committed to it yet. It's still unknown why this logic works perfectly fine on mainnet, but not on testnet.
Yeah, and another thing that is very important in GoTSS is that I see some errors both in local net and sometimes in mainnet in terms of so-called peer streams. In Go, peer to other peer time like direct. I definitely have and sometimes times like transactions we get errors, but actually because like the stream is either closed too early or not. And did some investigation. I have not found the root cause yet, but the bug is there, and it like decreases key signing success rate. And yeah, I was exploring it, and it's still in progress.
Okay. For so RFC have a timeline when uh it-
I think not the actual document that highlights what we, as of now, what we want to achieve in terms of like performance, reliability, etc. Also, we need to collect all incidents that we had regarding the client. Or do you mean like the estimation of this very task?
yeah, getting like something we can share and comments. And so the next step is that we can like organize the backlog of issues we have right now on ZetaChain. I know it's a lot of different epics we have and tasks we are tracking. But ideally, we complete this doc and concrete plan on how use.
Okay.
Do you think you can
Mhm.
share like doc that have a look in?
I can, but it's not ready at the moment.
Okay. Do you think?
Yes, this week.
Sounds good. Maybe you can. Yeah, we don't have a point. Priority. You block that. I see that you have a PR.
The logic is like it's proc model components and proc chain keeper. So yeah, to make sure that it's possible to alter price, because currently we have a lot of duplicates of the logic for increasing the gas price, and I need to isolate this into a single component in order to prevent further incidents. Because if we keep like copy pasting logic into multiple files, it's hard to track changes. Yeah, it need to be done within a single component. That's what I'm working right now.
Okay. Yeah, just to give some info. I have this one as well I'm working on, and will need to be backported into a patch. Yeah, we'll complete this one tomorrow. I think we can sync tomorrow to see like we should make a patch on that client, and we should include like disabling the alterations.
Okay, so are you saying that we need to include this? This like my latest fix for disabling it only on the client part, right?
The one that is just on the client. So yeah, this one basically.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And yeah, also if you can make some revamp on the issue open, give a bit more information.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Bitcoin improvements, Charlie. Yeah, any updates on the new network support? Is there something that is blocking right now? We made some. We need to make a patch for Signet. Yeah, is there anything else on that?
I think Signet, we fixed the last issue, which is the database stuff. And then we don't have more issues at the moment. For integration, Signet integration. But other improvement, the one that I'm currently working on is the RBF. Because we had this issue like twice. Now, the first time was on mainnet right after launch, and the second time was on testnet 3. So this is to mitigate some potential pending transactions that stuck in a memory pool, and will also reduce the withdrawal fee, actually. So now we have a multiplier of 2 times of the fee. Then after this adoption, then will be used the gas stability pool to fund the pending CCTX and rebroadcast the transaction to place the stuck ones, and that's the thing.
Okay, and so it's in progress by now.
Yeah, it's progress. Just started coding last Friday.
Okay. And we have the tracks on task. And for milestone, there are no. So we don't have a time set for milestone right now, but if you could check this one as some step, that also comes from feedback from Smiley. So if we can prioritize everything coming from their feedback, since they're actually building application on Bitcoin, that would be great.
Okay.
So basically, right now there is no way for the users to know if a deposit doesn't get observed because of the deposit fee. The deposit fee is not high enough, and we have a way to give some information about that.
Let's see. This one. Okay, take a look at this.
Maybe it's not obviously not. Maybe it's just on the client side. Like right now, we like standard clients to format inbound. Maybe that's notification to get notification if you don't put in some way the user can know if the deposit fee is not high enough. So yeah, just open and the task right now. We need to brainstorm this a bit. Yeah. And otherwise, the others there are some general tasks that we added, but so right now we're talking with BitSmiley. We asked them to test it after we made the fix with the sender bug. So we're gonna see if there are other feedbacks they're gonna bring. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, do you need any help on anything Bitcoin related?
Right now, actually no. It's going well.
Okay. Yeah, anything to bring on Bitcoin from DevOps or anything?
Do we do we have the funds in the gas the Bitcoin now?
No, we don't use it yet.
Okay. Then we'll need that.
Yeah, I don't know. We will. I mean, we can brainstorm on Slack, but we don't have like remaining gas, unused gas with Bitcoin. So maybe for now it will just be funded manually, and maybe I don't know, introducing fees to fund it. We're gonna check that.
Peter, so everything's running smoothly with Bitcoin. We don't need anything on the development side.
Not after the last patch. Not as far as I'm aware. I think after the last patch of the database, yeah, we saw observation was working. I think we're good.
And then we
BDC
rolled out
testnet.
and actually validated. So we gotta actually release the patch and roll it out.
Oh, I thought we did. Oh, do we just like put the patch in? Do we just verify it on like one node? Okay. Yeah, so we do need to actually roll that patch out, and then also BTC testnet for. I think Alex set up the RPCs, but we don't. We haven't actually set up like any of the chain params or anything for that.
Cool. Simulation tests. Yeah. Any updates you want to give, Tanmay?
Yeah, I pretty much added everything in the document itself, but I have two PRs open now. The first one is ready for review, and I know some of you have already reviewed it, but yeah, we can resolve the comments and then merge that. And then the second PR would contain all the messages except the ones for migrating TSS. I ran into some issues adding that operation because the migration expects the CCTX, like the flow, to be paused. No new CCTXs should be created, and that's a bit different from how the simulation tests are running because we are simulating random operations. So pausing it for a particular block doesn't really make sense. I don't think the migration operation would fit into like the simulation tests very well. So that's why I don't have it yet. But other than that, like I can open up the second PR for review once the first one is merged in.
Okay. So from both peer, we should be good on most of the issues that are on the Epic.
Yeah, there are some, like the one that you have right now, like add PebbleDB backend for simulation test. I haven't been able to solve that yet. So yeah, but most of these issues should be closed off after the 2 PRs.
Okay. Yeah, it's cool. We'll take a look. And so this one, did you have a look as well regarding the precompiled?
No, this one I haven't looked into yet. So maybe
Okay.
I can start focus on that.
Yeah, I think that's the good next step because that's actually one piece where the simulation test will be important since there are interaction with the staking, string rewards, checking invariants. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that should actually block Rano by the two others because basically we should have an operation that simulates interaction with the precompiles.
Okay.
Yeah, that might be blocked by the cross-chain because you should have. No, actually, no. So we can make simulations where you send ZR20s as taking rewards, and then you check, you run the simulation test with that. So you can check like the ZR20 distribution is not causing any trouble. So I think that can be started independently from this tool.
Yeah, I think so.
I think what could be great since Borja left is you take some look into all the precompiles. I mean, you worked on that reviewing the peers, but yeah, if you can just take back some look and get the context on precompiles, and the next step for the precompile is that we can add simulation tests.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. I can prioritize
that next. So basically simulation test for precompiles and yeah. Okay, that sounds good.
Good. Yeah, I think that's it. So gateway stability, we had some issues from developers before V23 upgrade because of some bugs. Yeah, I just wanted to ask, I think that's mainly a question to you, Dennis, since you're testing the gateway, is there any like bugs, stability issues you want to report?
Not bugs. There is someone from a partner project currently having issues with the ERC20 custody. So I mean, I'm gonna share more details synchronously, but from my point of view, the only thing that's kind of really missing is, and I mentioned this before, is basically the address in the message context when you withdraw to the
Yeah.
chain. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you mentioned that you can like pass it in a message, but you actually can't because you don't have this information on ZetaChain. Like you don't know which ERC20 asset corresponds to the ERC20 you're withdrawing. So the amount you do know, but the address you don't. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So I don't know right now, like you just don't know which ERC20 your contract is getting. So that's a bit of a problem. Can be solved either by having this mapping on ZetaChain between these ERC20s and foreign assets, or of course having context.
That yeah. Let's talk about this. Maybe you can open an issue for that.
Yeah, we have an issue
So
opened. I left a comment about this. Just wanted to bring this up again in case we can fit this into a milestone.
yeah, because adding the context, so it's for the next upgrade. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
that
4 to
requires
6.
upgrade. So if there are some like there are some blockers for developers, maybe we should talk about having a like short-term solution for that.
So a short-term solution, as I mentioned, is just a mapping on ZetaChain. So if we're open to this, I can maybe consider start working on like a contract with this information, sort of like a I mean the contract registry you talked about. Maybe it could be part of that.
Yeah.
But ideally, it's exposed. Like we have this information on chain already, right? In the foreign assets endpoint, it's just not exposed in the EVM
It's just
realm.
smart contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long term, like we should have pre-compiles where you can fetch blockchain data, like you can fetch cross transaction directly from the smart contract, but I think that's not trivial. So, I mean, contract registry, I don't think that should be like a lot of work.
Yeah, I can
Is
maybe.
it one of these? No, it's not here yet.
You mean the contract registry, or
This is one, right?
no? In adding the ERC20 address in the context is issue 426. 426.
Yeah. As in, this one is like for upgrade, but the short-term solution.
Yeah, the short-term solution I think is having this contract registry, and I don't think we had
Okay.
an issue about this, but it's been a while since we. I mean, I can start describing it, and we can, like, if we can align on this, we can just implement it as a regular contract, not as precompile, and then maybe.
That makes sense. Yeah, no, we're gonna do a pre-compass for this for sure, but that's gonna take more time, and we need the current pre-compass to get audited anyway. So yeah, it's gonna take more time.
Okay, so yeah, I'll start working in Notion on something like this. And I mean, it could be an interesting example of, because like we need this information on ZetaChain, that's a given, but we also need this information on other chains as well, because when you're initiating these calls from Ethereum, like you need this information. And if we can set it up so that when observer signer validators update like gas prices and all this info, they can also update it in a contract, and then we propagate this information like exactly the same data from ZetaChain to a connected chain. That would be super useful. Because right now, contracts on Ethereum do not know how much they're going to spend as gas if they want to withdraw, let's say, BNB to the BNB chain. And that's a pretty important piece of infrastructure that other projects have, and we should have as well. So,
Yeah. Well, thanks for letting us know. And yeah, I mean, you're still working on the NFT, or is it completed right now?
so the first iteration is complete. I mean, I just don't know what else to add to it at this point while keeping it simple. But in a separate PR, I'm working on making it upgradable, and I think we're gonna like batch all the updates to these contracts and like I don't know, ship it in a couple of months. Also audit it. Like we don't want to audit every couple of weeks, right? So I'm gonna just batch all the updates. And I think like upgrading is probably the next important thing because you probably want to have your contracts upgradable.
We should have it available for no like any changes to boards, for example. Yeah, improvement doing the proper contracts. So standard contract we have should be upgradable, I think. Reason I asked this question is ideally we run as many tests as possible with the gateway. I mean, that mean extensive tests, but also like in a sprint to get it enabled on mainnet. So anything we can experiment to test the gateway as much possible. Should do it, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've actually tested tested the gateway quite extensively, and like most of the things are there. So yeah, I don't think we're missing anything crucial so far.
Are you able to put together a live demo for the NFTs, Dennis, where we can actually like, give them to team members or whoever else and just have them swap across chains, that kind of stuff?
You mean like UI?
Yeah, like something ugly, but or super basic, I should say.
Not something I did, but I suppose I can. Yeah, I'll just need to spend more time on this and sure.
Okay, and I guess less so for testing. I mean, it's nice for testing, but more so we talked before about like all of these sort of features and things that the protocol can enable people to do, having a live demo so that a developer who's thinking about using ZetaChain doesn't have to go, create, sync up the repo, run a local environment. They can just sort of click from their browser and try things out and see somewhat what the user experience would be like.
Yeah, I just don't have the bandwidth for all of this. Like, I need to upgrade Universal Kit to the gateway and add more stuff to it. It's just a question of being able to maintain all of these contracts and tools and everything. So hopefully we'll find someone who can help us do that.
Yep. And you're looking for someone now, I think, right?
We just started. So yeah, if anyone's listening and want to join the team, email jobs@zetachain.com.
All right. Next. So as usual, is there any bugs we need to talk about? It's much more manageable now, so I made some cleanup in the backlog. So there are 17 bugs open. I think there is still some check to do in the old one. So I had a look, and it seems like there are old ones that are still that are still relevant. So need to check. But is there like recent one that was open? Like someone wanted to talk about Alex or Dmitry?
Yeah, fixing the precompiled AD tests would be nice, so they can be run multiple times. That needs to be reassigned.
Yeah, this one, okay. Because I saw the end-to-end test was successful in the
Yeah,
VCI.
this happens because it assumes that there's no state on the network when running the test. It doesn't like get the current value, then run the test, then verify
Okay.
that the new values. All the end-to-end tests should all do that, so we can like run them multiple times. I think there's actually some issues on the Bitcoin side first, but you see this immediately because the precompiled tests run super fast.
I see. Yeah, we can get it reassigned. So I'll add it in the Epic. Yeah, actually, there are not that much work remaining for the initial version of Unit for staking, so I think I'm gonna spend some time on that. So yeah, I might just spend some time on looking at this one. Okay, my list. No. Okay. This one is completed. Oh.
I mean, the PRs need to be merged, and the release needs to be made, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, Charlie, if you can just link the correct issue for this one.
Yeah.
There's the August 7th or August 6th.
We can't hear you, Chris. He's probably talking about the vector issues we saw. Reception info by 2638 or 2637.
Okay. And is there like some action items from the protocol team? I'm asking because it's labeled as an infra issue. It's a bug in the protocol.
Yeah, it seems so.
Okay. Okay, add it in action items and I will check this week. Yeah, and finally, there's this one. I think that's the last piece you added, 10 May, so you made a fix for this one, right?
Yeah, I ran into this when adding the simulation test for it. So it's a small fix which updates the pending nonces when saving the aborted CCTX. So yeah, it's up for review. You guys can have a look whenever you get time.
Okay. Is test? Do you mean end-to-end test?
No, I ran into it when adding the simulation test for this particular message about stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we. Yeah, I'll need to do a test for it or not.
Okay. Good. We'll have a look at this one.
I think I fixed my now.
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you.
I don't know if Alex my out, but that one is issued. It is reproducible using the curl command that's in the ticket. It could be related. It has the exact same symptoms as the remove, but can't like action anymore. It returns.
It should move, but it's on the EVM side.
I believe that's correct. It has the same symptoms as what was fixed previously for other message types. That's called out in this history. But it still is present in a currently running archive node.
Can you check this one, Stefan, maybe? It seems to be related to some issue that you debugged in the past.
Yeah, you can assign me this one. I'll take a look.
But it's as well. Yeah, thanks for reporting. All right, we're a bit over time. I think we're good. Is there anything else? Right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.